They're in grief and struggling to accept what happened to their sister. The father of 17-year-old Dania Rashid from Hebron tells me she was shot dead by an Israeli soldier after passing through 2 army checkpoints.
They say she had a knife. If you have even a metal screw, the machines will pick it up. She'd already been searched twice. Then a soldier yelled at her, "Where's your knife?" She yelled back, "I don't have a knife." Then he shot her.
Amnesty International says Dania's is one of several cases it's investigated in which Palestinians were deliberately shot dead by Israeli forces when they posed no imminent threat to life. In some cases, like Dania's, the person shot was left bleeding to death on the ground in violation of humanitarian law. Such reports are adding to existing tensions here in Hebron, where a few hundred Israeli settlers live in the heart of the city with severe restrictions on Palestinian access.
Clashes here in Hebron between young Palestinian protesters and the Israeli army are nothing new. But now we're seeing Palestinians being shot dead in disputed circumstances.
Al Jazeera asked the Israeli military about Amnesty's claims. They directed us to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Without replying to the accusations of unlawful killings, they simply said this was yet another instance in which Amnesty demonstrates a lack of interest in the Israeli victims of Palestinian terror. But some activists say that Israeli troops have sometimes placed knives next to dead Palestinians to falsely implicate them in attacks. This man, who fears reprisals if he's identified, spoke to someone who witnessed the fatal shooting of 23-year-old Islam Abeidu. The witness disputed the Israeli forces' account that Abeidu had been involved in a stabbing attack.
He tells us that he saw the guy, the young Palestinian man, just walking on the street, hearing something, then raising his hands, showing open palms in order to show that he didn't have any weapons on him. And then a few seconds after, like 2 seconds after, he was shot with these rounds of machine gun fire and then fell to the ground.
It's impossible for Al Jazeera to verify that version of events. But it's clear that with every shooting dead of a Palestinian, the anger on the streets is growing, along with calls for the Israeli army to change its tactics. Nadim, Al Jazeera, Hebron.